Everyone loves a great before and after, and in this video I'm going to show you the before and the after of spiritout.com, the website of Amy Eggenberger. Amy is a life coach, a spirituality coach, a creative coach. She's an all-around great person. She's based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we've been talking on and off for a few years about working together on the redesign of her website. So when she was finally ready to do it, I was really excited, and now I'm really excited to show you the before and after and the decisions that went into the making and the redesign of her new website. So this is the before of spiritout.com, the website of Amy Eggenberger. She is a life coach, a creative coach, a spiritual coach, a creative business coach, just an all-round very interesting and very amazing person. I loved working with her. This was her previous site, the previous version of her site, I should say. I believe that she designed this herself. She put this together herself. It is a WordPress site. And I think overall, I never really disliked this site. I just felt that the look of it was outdated, and I thought the organization of it was a little bit problematic. I also felt that it wasn't entirely clear what it is that she does, who she serves, and the biggest results that she achieves for her ideal clients is. And so we really worked hard to get that together and make it clear to people who land on her site what she does and what she can do for them. So number one, I felt that the menu needed a lot of work because I just felt it was kind of excessive. There was just too much here. 4 pages in the About section, resources, classes and coaching we condensed, success we took out. I just felt she could put testimonials here and there throughout the entire site. The blog, we didn't change too much. We pretty much just changed the layout of that to make it a lot more inviting and interesting. And the contact page was a bit problematic for me. Before I get to that, I just want to say that most of the content that Amy sent to me for the redesign was outstanding. Her writing is really outstanding. I just felt that in places it was a bit too long and sometimes a bit disorganized, but we worked on that together and it came out very nicely. So let's take a quick look at her blog, which we changed. So this is her blog, which I think is a very important part of her overall site because Amy is in what I call a high trust profession. People need to feel when they get to her site that they can really trust her because they're going to put their trust in her for a number of problems that they have, and they're seeking her help to improve their lives or get past creative blocks or finish projects. So the blog is very important. We didn't change it too much, so let's take a look at an individual post and see what they look like in the old blog. Okay, so this is a typical individual post. Here's a title, the author, date, and so on, but the featured picture is not that big. There's something about it that just doesn't feel all that inviting. So that was another thing that we really wanted to work on, something that would really make people feel like they're getting to know her and really getting to like her through her blog. Now, finally, the contact page for me was a real problem on this previous version of the site. So let's take a look at that. All right, so the contact page is often where people exit your website. It's not the only place they exit, but often on their first visit, that's where they leave. And it's really important to leave people with a very good impression, a memorable one, a welcoming one that makes people feel like they're going to come back and then fill out a form or contact you. This one just really didn't do much for me. And so you'll see in just a few moments that we really changed that to make it more inviting. All right, so I've shown you the before. Let's take a look at the after. So this is the after, and let me go ahead and just refresh the page because when you first land on the page, you'll see this statement, making way for creative action, pop up in that nice little animation there. So we didn't change too much in terms of the logo. I just moved the text over to the right so it's horizontal and lines up nicely with the menu, which you now see is much simpler. They're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages currently. And we clarified Amy's message at the top here so that when people arrive here, they know exactly what she does, who she serves, and the greatest results that she achieves for her ideal clients. We also used a lot of pictures of her in action at work to show what kind of work she does, group classes, one-on-one coaching, upcoming classes, and events, and she updates this very regularly. Below that, there's a nice little introduction to who she is with a great picture of her. Testimonials here, these are in a slider, so they go from one to the next, and they say really great things about her, of course. A preview of her blog, so this is her last blog post, as well as a description of what to expect if you read her blog, which you should. And down here in the footer area are her social media accounts and signing up for her newsletter. So much simpler, much more open, much more updated, of course. So let's take a look at just a few of the other pages. We condensed her classes and coaching pages into one. We have this great picture of her working with people, so you really get a strong sense of who she is, a description of what to expect, what she does in her classes, these anchor links so that if you want to just go straight to one-on-one coaching, it takes you right down to that part of the page. It describes everything that she offers as well as her packages, which are in these little accordion-like toggles. And that way, you kind of conserve on space, but you really bring your eye to what it is she offers. Call to action at the bottom here for a free consultation. The scroll to top button so you can get back to the top. Learn more about our group classes, which are in individual toggles. Those include links to payment to sign up. So that's very handy, and these work really well on mobile devices as well. Her About page we condensed into one as well. I felt in her previous site 3-4 pages was just too much, and keeping it all on one page just makes the whole experience of reading it much easier. Now here again we have some anchor links so you can go straight to Amy and scroll down, find out more about her. She's also an artist, by the way. And then here's her call to action. Enough about me, I'd love to hear about you. And that takes you to her contact page. And as I said earlier, the previous version of the contact page to me was just not very inviting at all. It just didn't make you feel like getting in touch with her. So in this one, we put up a really nice picture here. We say, let's get in touch. There's just this feeling of welcoming and warmth throughout the whole site that I felt was very important to get in there, because really that's who Amy is. She's very smart. She's very nice. She's very warm, very helpful. She's very concerned about the people she serves, and it comes through, I think. Finally, the blog in the previous version was okay, but we have now this main blog page with excerpts and featured images from each of her posts. And so when you click on one of the entries here, it takes you to the individual blog post where the featured picture is much bigger. And overall, I feel like the layout here is just much warmer, much more inviting, much more fun to read. This is a sidebar that Amy can update whenever she wants. She's very good at that. She's very familiar with WordPress. So these are her latest classes and her future offerings. So that's it. That is the new Spirit Out website. I hope that gives you a strong idea of the redesign process, what goes into it. I loved working with Amy. The collaboration with her was just so much fun and really enlightening for me. And it was just such a pleasure to work with her. So if you are interested in working with me, let me know. Just send me an email, ask for a free consultation. All you have to do is fill out a short questionnaire. We'll talk for about 15 to 20 minutes about your current situation and go from there. Thanks again for watching. I hope that you have found this both enlightening and helpful, and I will see you again.